One Man's Family. Now brought to you, transcribed every weekday night at this time by Bactine, a remarkable new family antiseptic and germicide. Another fine, dependable product of Miles Laboratories, makers of Alka-Seltzer. Overheard between Cliff and Jack in the library of the family home.
Hey, look here. The fog's swirling right up against the window. That ain't pea soup now, gents. That's buttermilk.
You can't even see the lights across the hedge at my house.
London couldn't do better. What's Hazel wandering around in that stuff for?
So that's how it is with the barbers today. May I have a word with you, mothers? When your children come in from play complaining with a cut or a scratch or a scuffed knee, bathe it with Bactine. That's it, Bactine, spelled B-A-C-T-I-N-E. Bactine is a powerful antiseptic that actually fights germs, yet it is soothingly gentle to use, does not sting nor burn like harsher antiseptics. Bactine is a clear, colorless liquid with a fresh, clean odor, not at all like that old, unpleasant antiseptic smell. It does not stain the skin or clothing, and so can be used freely. As a hand disinfectant, Bactine keeps its germicidal powers for as long as 6 hours after only one application. It is also a bactericide, fungicide, and cleanser deodorant, all in one bottle. Truly a remarkable product, like nothing you have ever used before. Keep Bactine handy for those household emergencies that so often occur in the summertime. Use it to relieve the itching and irritation of poison ivy, insect bites, and sunburn. Get a 30 or 70-cent bottle of Bactine from your druggist today. Chapter 1, Book 76, the book of Rexford, Frome. As Paul Barber came home through the gathering fog this evening, he saw a light flash on in the Rexford Frome mansion here in Seacliff, and knew the vengeful, unstable Frome had returned to San Francisco. In the Barber house, Jack and Cliff are with Paul before the fire in the library.
I don't get it. Why should Frome hate the Barbers? What have we ever done to him?
He's a mixed-up guy, Jack. Anyhow, it isn't all the Barbers. Dad and I seem to put his teeth on edge.
Because you were engaged to his sister? Is that the reason?
I'm afraid it's not as simple as that.
Goes back to something in his boyhood, Jack, when his father was gardener around here. You're too young to remember.
Well, I'm old enough to remember the Middleton place before Frome bought it. I don't remember any gardener, though.
Well, that's not surprising. Along about then, you were on 4-hour feeding.
Not me. Mom didn't believe in it. I heard her tell Betty she fed us when we were hungry.
Yeah, that's why we have all these rosy cheeks.
I'll get it. Hello. Oh, Dan. No, Hazel hasn't been here. Just a minute. Jack, was Hazel over at your house tonight?
Not up to the time I came over here.
Dan, you might try Jack's house. Yeah, call Betty. Jack's been over here about half an hour. She might have dropped in there. Yeah. All right, Dan. Yeah, we will. Night.
What's all that?
Oh, Dan drove the kids to the roller skating rink after dinner, and fog got so bad they came home early. No Hazel. House was empty.
Well, it isn't late, just seems late. Hey, look here. Fog swirling right up against this window. Ooh, that ain't pea soup now, gents. That's buttermilk.
Hey, that really is something, isn't it? You can't even see the lights over at my house.
Want a sniff? It's got the ocean in it. Wow. Hey, why do you suppose Hazel's out wandering around in that kind of stuff?
Hey, close that window, Cliff.
Yeah, all right. Ooh, it's a doggone good night to be home, isn't it?
Yeah. You dozing, Paul?
No, just thinking.
Oh, Frome?
Yeah. Unhappy man. His boyhood in Seacliff left quite a scar, I guess. He told me one time the whole driving force of his life had been to make enough money to retire on the estate where his father had worked as a gardener.
Well, he brought it off. You can say that for him. Cracked him a little in the process, maybe.
Curious what drives a man, the things that can twist him. Frome's father, you know, was an Austrian, heavy accent. Nice old man with old-world peasant manners. When Dad went by on his morning walk, Frome's old man would tip his cap. That's the way he was brought up in Austria. Frome has bitter memories of that. He told me so himself.
You mean he dwells on it even now?
Well, he managed to tell it with a sense of humor, but you could see it had ground him pretty hard back then.
Sounds like a cramped character to me.
Well, each of us has his little problems, Jack. When he was a kid, that seems to have been Frome.
I still say kind of screwy.
He was in a sanitarium in Switzerland this spring with a nervous crack-up. You can add that to it.
I'll grant she isn't normal, Cliff, but some psychologists wouldn't give any of us a clean bill of health.
Oh, hey.
No, well, that's a fact. I remember a lecture at the university, Dr. Travis. He said people don't hesitate to say, I don't feel too well this morning, but nobody makes a remark which would be equally accurate. Pardon me, old boy, but I'm a little crazy this weekend.
Well, personally, this was one of my better days until I heard Frome was back in town. Since then, I've been hearing strange, creepy little noises.
You look fairly normal from where I'm sitting.
Oh, you don't need to return the compliment so soon. I appreciate it, though. I haven't had many lately.
Just the same, Paul, aren't you minimizing the thing? You were pretty disturbed when you came in earlier tonight. You know darn well that Frome could be dangerous.
Yeah. Paul, are you defending this gent?
No, but I've been thinking, what has he actually done up to now?
Broke up your marriage to his sister? That's something.
It was when we came to actually setting the date for the wedding that all the old neurotic angers got the better of him. And Christine took him away.
Call that performance normal?
No, not at all. As a neurosis, it'll do until a better one comes along.
And then he ended up in a rest home, and he ducked out of that. Why would Christine cancel her tour and hop a plane in Paris as soon as she found out he was here in the United States?
Hey, what's this? Have I missed something?
Oh, I'm sorry, Paul.
Oh, it's not a secret. I had a call from Christine this morning, Jack. She left Paris by plane this afternoon.
Oh, is that good news? Or isn't it?
And you can't tell me she isn't worried.
Oh, sure she's worried, Cliff.
When does she get here?
Gets into New York tomorrow, so weather's all right.
Well, the weather's not all right here. I hope it's a little better over the Atlantic. It's the front door. Boy, did you see me jump?
I'll get it. Maybe that's Hazel after all.
Where's she been? Lost in the fog? I got turned around one foggy July night walking over to Claudia's, if you can imagine that. Hey, was it Hazel? Oh, hi.
Well, come in, come in. Where have you been, Hazel? Dan called a minute ago.
Oh, good. They got home early.
What's the matter?
Oh, I had a bad scare, Paul, but it seems kind of silly now that I'm here. Hello, Cliff.
Hey, Hazel, you're white as a sheet.
Am I? I suddenly seem to have become the nervous type. Oh, that's a nice fire. Where's Father?
He and Mom have gone upstairs. You been over to my house?
No. Oh, it's so nice and warm and normal in here.
You think so? You should talk to Paul. There ain't no normality.
Just a minute, Cliff. Hazel, you're...
Oh, I know. I'm almost ashamed to tell you. Have you seen that fog? This is the worst I can remember.
Hazel, is your hand shaking? Hey, what goes here?
Well, Dan took the twins and Margaret to the roller rink, and I decided to walk down to the drugstore. I didn't realize it was so bad out. Well, it was footsteps, that's all. But there was something about them that simply terrified me.
Footsteps behind you?
Where were you?
I'd started home. All of a sudden, I was conscious of them, as if a man were about 20 feet behind me. I stopped and said, "Who's there?" No answer at all. I started on, and there they were again. It was the most terrifying thing in the world, so I ran. I'm afraid I got a little panicky.
Baby, I don't blame you.
By then, I couldn't tell what was imagination and what wasn't. I ran here. I cut across the lawn, and then a very curious thing. The footsteps went right on running along the sidewalk and faded away. I don't know whether I heard one person or two or three. I don't know. But why wouldn't someone answer when I called?
We better tell Dan you're here. He was a little worried about you.
Oh, yes, I'd better get home. Would one of you walk home with me?
Of course, Hazel.
I will. I've got to go out anyway.
Well, I'll call Dan.
I know it sounds perfectly hysterical, but there was someone behind me, at least some of the time, I'm sure of it.
Hello, Dan? It's Paul. Hazel's here now. Yeah.
Sounds have a queer way of magnifying in the fog.
Well, she didn't realize how bad it was. No, Jack's walking home with her. Yeah. All right, Dan.
I guess I just won't say anything about it.
Oh, come on, Hazel. I'll take you home.
Well, I'll walk the door with you.
Maybe I'll go along. I got a good sense of direction.
I thought you were the one that got lost once.
Oh, look how it hangs out there like damp gray sheets.
Wow, you can almost mold it into popcorn balls.
But I've always liked the fog.
Oh, it's the phone. You go ahead. I'll get it.
Good night, Paul.
Night.
See you later, Paul. I'll walk over with him.
All right, good night. Hello. What's that? Overseas operator? Yes? Well, this is a very bad connection. I say this is... Yes? Who's calling? Who? I can't get that. From where? Shannon, Ireland? Well, are you sure you want... Oh, Christine Abbott. Oh, yes. Hello, Christine? Hello? Well, it's a very bad connection. I can hardly... What's that? Yes, I can hear you now. Why are you in Ireland, Christine? The plane was quarantined? For what? What kind of fever? I'm sorry, I don't get it. How long will you be held up there? What? No, I haven't seen Rex. I say that there's been no sign of life over there until tonight. There was a light on at your house tonight, but no one answered the door. I'm sure he's here, Christine. I didn't get that. We should all be what? Very careful. Christine, this wire is very fuzzy. Would you repeat that? Yes. Be careful if Rex is here.
In just a moment, Paul will be back with further developments on Rexford Frome. Friends, if you're troubled with athlete's foot, here is something really new, really different, and really effective for you to use. It is Bactine, spelled B-A-C-T-I-N-E, and it is now available at your drugstore. In addition to being an antiseptic, bactericide, cleanser deodorant, all in one, Bactine is a powerful fighter of fungi, such as cause athlete's foot. You use Bactine to combat the infection and relieve the irritation of athlete's foot. And to prevent reinfection, rinse your socks in a Bactine solution. Yes, Bactine is a really remarkable product, as you'll agree once you've tried it. It is a clear, colorless liquid with a fresh, clean odor. Does not stain, does not sting, nor burn like harsher antiseptics. Get a 30 or 70-cent bottle of Bactine from your druggist right away. All right, Paul.
A cablegram from Christine just came. It said, one of the passengers aboard our plane became desperately ill shortly after our takeoff from Paris, forcing us to land at Shannon, Ireland. A group of physicians were waiting our landing, and all of us, including the crew, have been kept in complete isolation. None of us knows what it's about. It's rather frightening. And that's how it is with the barbers today. Good night.
Are you miserable with hay fever or summer cold? Take Tabsin, quick. Feel better, quick. Tabsin, spelled T-A-B-C-I-N, is the new improved antihistaminic tablet that is more than just another antihistamine. Tabsin offers quick relief from sniffles and sneezes. Tabsin helps relieve the aches and pains of a cold, acts to reduce fever. That's triple action relief. Yours when you take Tabsin. The bright red tablets in the bright red package at all drugstores. One Man's Family is brought to you transcribed every weekday night at this time by Miles Laboratories, makers of Bactine. Tomorrow, Chapter 2, Book 76. This is a Carlton E. Morse production, directed by Michael Raffetto.
One Man's Family comes to you from California. Stay tuned for Morgan Beatty and the story of the first 20,000 draftees. This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.